Hi guys, I thought I'd take you around the garden before all the leaf blowers get going and show you what is going on this end of October. So I have a few tomatoes here still hanging on. I'm just waiting for them to ripen, but I don't know if they'll make it before the first freeze. We'll have to see, but they look pretty awful. I just hate to take out anything with fruit on it. I'm really happy with the way this side garden looks here because the giant white pine tree has mulched the whole area for me. Let me show you what happens. Nature provides its own mulch. If you can see there, it loses a lot of its needles and they drop and they mulch itself and all the other plants that grow underneath. So it turns into a beautiful mulch, and I don't have to lug bags of mulch in. It's a bright, kind of a bright goldish orange. And as you can see here, things are starting to die back. Hostas are very beautiful, a very beautiful color when they die back. These look a little scraggly, but I do enjoy the gold color of their leaves in the fall. So their color shouldn't be underestimated in the fall as well. It's a nice benefit to have hostas in your garden. And this beautiful pot here is still going strong with the marigolds. And I love this choice of marigold in this actual pot. It's like an oxblood red pot. And I just think it looks so pretty with those gorgeous marigolds with the deep red on it. This area is looking much better. This was where I put the newspaper mulch, which looked terrible. It looked absolutely terrible. But this was about 6 weeks ago, and I knew that fall leaves would be covering it. And I've pretty much raked a lot of leaves over to this area and created a thick leaf mulch, which will all break down as nutrients for the plants. But I think it looks much, much better than it did when there were just newspapers all over the place. So there's a little update for you on that area. And in fact, all of my side gardens in my backyard are mulched with the leaves from my wooded lot. And I still have some leaves coming down, but as you can see, it was originally a very wooded lot. And now the trees that we have left are going to provide me with mulch and winter protection for all of the plants that I plant all the way around. I've also composted some of the leaves as well. Here's a closer look of all the leaves that have been put in here to compost down over the winter. And this is also where I add food scraps and other nitrogen sources. So it should compost down faster than if it were just all leaves. But every day I fill it up, and every day it sort of settles in and goes down about 6 inches. So it's breaking down pretty quickly already. I've cut back the green manure, the beans that I had planted in here, and I've just laid them on top. And a lot of leaves have fallen on here as well. So this is hopefully going to be a nice rich soil for some of the perennials that I've put in there, and also some of the annuals that I plan to grow next year. My beautiful fig doubled in size this year, and it is now starting to turn and lose its leaves. So I'm excited to see how much it'll grow next year as well. And over here, I've still got a pot of zinnias blooming, and I've tried not to cut too many because the pollinators are still out enjoying any of the blooms that are left in my garden. So here's a beautiful one. And this was a pot of all mixed colors, so when it comes to zinnias, I love to mix up the colors. And over here, I still have marigolds growing strong. So if you're thinking of putting annuals in, I've got to recommend marigolds. They're the hardiest flower. They bloom from summer through fall. And we've had some pretty cold nights here, but look at the color on these. They're just really beautiful. So beautiful. And a pop of color when everything else is when all the other flowers have mostly died back. And here's a quick peek at the triangle garden. I still have a few marigolds hanging on, and I have some very gangly looking Brussels sprout plants, and I've pruned those up. I've taken off all of the dying leaves at the bottom, and I'm hoping to get some Brussels sprouts. I did give them a pop of fertilizer. I was reading how much fertilizer brassicas need, and I felt like maybe that would give them a boost. So wish me luck on that. So far only the tall one has any signs of Brussels sprouts developing. And this is a really good time to show you my beautiful Dragonfly Sundial. My friends Lori and Roland made this for me and mounted it on top of this gorgeous pedestal. But it had been previously covered up by lots of flowers in front. So guys, isn't that gorgeous? This is a very good view of it now that nothing is in front of it. So next year I'll do some low flowers, but it just touches me every time I look at that because I know it was a long project. So thanks guys, I love it. I look at it every day. And then lastly, I wanted to show you this cosmos, which is still making lots of seeds. I think I'll bring some more seeds in. And it doesn't look so great, but it's still putting out blooms. So I'm leaving it up for the pollinators. So guys, that's about it. I just wanted to give you an end of October update on some of the areas of the garden. Here's a view of my upper level. You can see all the trees that have provided me with good mulch. And this area is actually looking pretty neat. The maple tree hasn't dropped a lot of leaves yet, but everything's slowly tucking in for the winter. So thanks so much for tuning in, guys, and I hope you're still enjoying your garden. Lots of things to still enjoy in the fall. I'll see you next time. Bye.